So today we are going to take a small piece of code that basically just encrypts let's say an image or something into, let me just set that up as well. So this is an interesting project. Someone recently shared it with me. So what this basically does is it takes an image, or let's say it takes some kind of a data, bytes, and then converts it into some test moves, and then stores it as a PNG file. Sorry, PNG. What was the chess file names called? Yeah, PGN files. Uh, if you ask me, is this something like super secure or something super important? No, it's more of a fun project that someone developed. I can share it in the channel. Um, maybe I'll share it. Like, this is the project. It's really basic code, but we are going to turn it into a small API, all using AI tools. So imagine that I don't know anything. Just imagine I do, but still. All right. So there's also a video in the repository that I just shared in hash Drupal. In the repository, you can take a look at it later. That kind of explains how the mechanism actually works. But we are just going to make AI explain that for us as well. So we have this encode which does the encoding, and a small decode which does the reverse thing. I won't go into the code or anything today. All right. So let's just straight jump into it. So I'll be using Cloudera. Not sure how many are using. I did get some inquiries like in the past couple of weeks. That is Cloudera good, or should I pay for it, and so on. According to me, if you have a good direction on how the AI should work, then Cloud is better than GPT. GPT is more of a creative every time. Um, if you don't have any idea like what the output code should be, you can just use ChatGPT to get ideas, and it's good for brainstorming and stuff. But Cloud has been something that I've been using to get my work done. As long as I just have the idea, or like as long as I know what I want from the bot or the chatbot or AI. So let's just create a project. We'll call it just encryption API project. Yeah. Uh, yeah. For those who are using free AI tools, I've always think paying for these tools was quite fine because it saves let's say around so many hours of my work every day. It's just like offloading some of your work to another assistant, or let's say a subordinate or someone, and you're just paying like 2,000 rupees a month, and that should be just fine. I mean, you're making just even if you make the least amount of money, even paying 2,000 from it doesn't seem to be a big thing. All right, so here we have a project. Let's add some knowledge to the project. So here the knowledge would be the codes. Also, just as an addition, I'll be adding the transcription of the video uh, as a knowledge, yeah, so that the bot has better idea about it. Just give me too many. How do you guys mute Slack notifications? Never mind. So both of the files, maybe the README as well. I think we should get the transcriptions. So this is a YouTube video. Since I can't feed videos as it is, I'll just get the transcription. Oops. Minute. I actually do have the transcriptions already. You just find random free tools on the internet to get transcriptions of YouTube videos. Um, I used a couple of them. I'm just not sure which one it was. Yeah, I got it. So I've taken the transcription. Let's add that as project knowledge. All right. So we can just put in simple prompts and code. This won't convert it to API, but I just wanted to give you an idea. So it's breaking down the complete code. Okay. It's being too deterministic about the code that it has. You know what? Never mind. You can just watch the video to get a super better understanding. So let's get back to the code. Oh, I should just show you how right now how I use it without the APIs and stuff. So I've set up a small notebook. Python notebook is just something where you can write some code, test it, run it, and the previous states, or let's say these cells, are always have the data saved. So just importing both the encode and decode. There is a limitation with this encryption. It's like super super slow. As in, the scraps PNG is actually this small. Uh, you guys know about SpongeBob crabs, right? This is SpongeBob crabs. It's a small image. It's going to convert it. So it's going to play out a complete chess game by converting into the bytes and then moving it. Something it does something. It's a bit not super complicated, just a bit complicated. It takes the legal moves, make two bots play with each other, and then generates you a PGN file, or let's say a PGN file with a lot of games. And we can decode it back. So this is the encoded PGN, all that you're seeing in here. So once you decode it, you have the decoded image. Yeah, yeah, the crap PNG back in here. Yeah. So that's how this encode decode thing works. We'll just get back to. So FastRater is a library in PHP, sorry, in Python that allows you to uh, create small APIs, really quick ones. So we have these are called artifacts uh, in Clouding. So let's pick this up. It gave you a requirements file. It gave you almost everything. Let's just run it without testing or thinking about it too much. For those who are concerned, why is it Python or Python today? By next week, I'm hoping someone can volunteer for other languages and stuff as well, for PHP and other stacks for Drupal module creation and so on. Just installing the requirements or the packages. Let's give it a quick try. All right. So our API is running. That's a super simple implementation. Let me just see. Oh, actually, now I'll use something different. Recently, someone introduced me to continue.dev. Again, I'm using Cloud as its backend. So continue.dev gives you a small chat interface. It has more additional functionality, but that is something you can explore later. You can add specific files, terminal outputs, git diffs, and so on. It's not super perfect. There are issues with continue.dev at times. Let's just add it. All right. All right. So, oh, copy it, give it a quick run.
You could also run it directly from there.
Oh, yeah.
That also works.
Direct. Oh, run internet. I would have to change the file name and all. Would it directly run or
No, I think you'll have to change the file name and all.
oh, it just directly inserts it, doesn't run?
It just
That's
pastes it there. Yeah.
yeah. Whoops. Um, okay, it does run. I think I'll just paste it.
Yes.
So test file, similar thing to grabs.png, and ta-da. So we had a small piece of function. It was just a function that would take some kind of an input and give you some kind of output. We just used Cloud A to create an API out of it. So it was a work of, let's say, 2 minutes, 3 minutes at max. So if you give Cloud A set of inputs, let's say this is my function's inputs, and these are my kind of expected output, or maybe even the description alone, it can kind of create a complete API out of it. We'll do a couple of more things around it. Just planned it. So should I skip on the decoding part? I'll just skip on the decoding part. All right. So next,
But quick thing before you
yeah,
jump off other one, Alphonse, maybe let's take a feedback from people. Is everyone following along? Are there any questions? Are there any sentiments from folks?
yeah. Sorry.
Any questions on what we saw so far?
Anyone? Anything?
No questions, but it's quite interesting, like how quickly we were able to create an API out of it.
I think what's intriguing here is we supplied input and output pairs, took care of generating an API for the glue code between the input and output pairs,
Yeah.
which would have technically taken us almost 3-4 hours to get this done along with the API documentation, blah blah.
Yep. I'll
Less than 5 minutes.
I'll also show you some of the old projects, or let's say some of the larger projects after this quick one. So continue.dev not only provides you with chat, it also provides you with auto completion. So let's make a quick change here. So as you can see, it was a quick auto completion. It uses so continue.dev is a complete open source tool from the ground up. You can see its complete source code on GitHub, and everything inside it is quite configurable. You can find more cheaper models than Cloud A. It's not necessary to use Cloud A everywhere. Yeah, if you have a powerful system by any chance at your home, you can even connect it with your local GPUs. Some people are also trying to run really lightweight models as well. On even my current Dell laptop, the one that I got from the company like around 3 to 4 years ago, is able to run small language models at the size of, as long as it fits in your RAM. And there are a lot of models which are less than 6 GB, which are obviously less than 16 GB. So you can try to experiment on that as well. There are really easy tools called as Olama to help you host them. And continue.dev has an extensive documentation on how to use Olama with continue.dev. Yeah, so that was it with auto completion. I hope you guys got an idea. So if you give the model an idea that what you want to do, it will autocomplete just fine. This is quite a correct auto completion. There's nothing wrong with it. And say,
I think even simpler use cases wherein you're trying to explore a contour or a custom model, custom piece of code, you don't really want to invest a lot of time into understanding the logic. There, you could just comment and ask continue dev or cloud it directly to generate what is the logic that's implemented there.
yeah. Similarly here, print complete stack, that was a really small one. So right now when I try to do like just print the error in Python, it just prints that final piece of error without any details about line number, code number, or all those extra stuff. So yeah, print complete stack, and it just gave me whatever is required to print the complete stack, but the errors. Yeah. Right. So that was
And
with,
maybe try and experiment this with this guys. Go to take a code base which you see is inadequately commented, for example. Like just try using these tools to understand or ask it to generate documentation, update the documentation within the piece of code, and see how it performs.
maybe we can do something like that for encode, right? Is someone speaking? Piyush, maybe you can mute. It's repeating my. Okay, fine, good. So let's try. Hmm. Oh no, actually, I have a better tool for this one. So there's another one called as Cloudy Dev. So this takes more of an agentic approach. This does a lot of things automatically. It's more than a chat. So let's say I kind of okay. Yeah. This is something that I just set up today morning. So it's asking for your permission whether it can read the complete file, take the content, and do whatever analysis it has to do. Since it's quite a long code, it might take some time to get the complete response along with the changes. Oh yeah, here's it. So it quickly generated a git diff kind of thing where it has added all the documentation. It's again asking if this is enough or do you want it more? It has reformatted some of the code as well, some of the unnecessary stuff. Like, yeah, so there is it. You have comments and stuff. Anyway, let's save it. You have the modified file with you. So even using something like this is cheaper than Copilot, as far as I thought. So this complete flow took around. Okay, you
Is it
can.
also the API request batching accounts?
Sorry.
The cost to calling that API, I think it's right there besides API request.
Yeah, each of them. This is the total as well. I think. Yeah, this is the total. Total of all three, 235, 235. Yeah, this is the total. So Cloudy costs you around $10 a month, and this single flow costed you around 0.05. If you think about it, you won't be using Cloudy for, or let's say Copilot for more than 200 or 300 times in a single month. In a best case scenario, I haven't used it that many times, and I felt really guilt about paying it so much over time. Yeah, so this is Cloudy Dev. Code scaffold. It can also generate you complete files as well. Let's take a look at that. Or maybe I actually wanted to do something. So the image that we were encoding and decoding right now is a really small one. That's why the process was quite fast. But if I just push, let's say, switch to a bigger image, something like a GIF. So there was a GIF in the repository. It's basically the DreamWorks animation logo. For those who watch animated movies, they might remember DreamWorks. Yep. So if I try to run this, it's doing its thing, but it's going to take infinite amount of time. More like the last. Maybe. Yep. I won't be waiting for the complete run as it takes more than 5 or 6 minutes, and we are not going to wait for it. All right. So let's switch to our clouded projects. So I kind of use projects and this one in combination because the prompts, let's say the base prompts, or let's say the prompts that drive the complete projects is designed by Cloudy. So they are like obviously way more optimized than anything that we write. And also I read in one of the research or somewhere that whatever prompts that we write here, they're kind of optimizing it before even sending it to the main model to get back the response and stuff. Let's do it. So last time I asked this one, it gave me, yeah, pretty much the same responses. Oh, it's also generating me something. It's kind of good to read. Gives you a better idea, right? So it needs another function. Hey, better. Okay. Sometimes it might feel that I'm mindlessly just copy pasting libraries and code. Uh, but in a more real life scenario, you would take some time to just go through the generated code once. Oops. I'm honestly not sure if this is going to work just like that, but let's just give it a try. So we'll try. Right. So all of this should work as this. So previously, oh, I did not pass the number of processes. Of processes. So, okay. Oops. It is correct.
You might need to just pass the value, right? Like 6 is the value for processes. So you
I
just
mean, either way, it should work. Okay, maybe I just pass it, but I think. Okay, it does have some errors, but we'll fix that. You know what? I don't have much brain cells right now to debug every error, so we'll just feed it to routing. Oops. All right. Let's just hope it works. I guess because we are changing a function from outside the notebook, I think let's try to restart it. Okay, we have another function, another error. This might go on for a little while. Let's give it the time. Every time it gives me a lot of hope. Okay, this is a new one. If this one throws an error, we'll just skip this part for now. If it throws an error. Okay, while this runs, while it puts out another error, let's check out something else. So the decode function, right? We won't be optimizing this or anything, but let's make Audit Dev generate a test file for main. What was that main? Yep, main.py. Okay. Why isn't it able to see the main file? Not sure why the I put a main.file and get ignored. No, it's okay. Let's just directly mention it. Let's see if it recognizes it. If it doesn't, we'll take a look. Okay, it did recognize it, but hmm, as you can see, it just created a file and the tests as well. Let's just check. So it took, okay, grabs.png. Wait, I didn't give it. All right. Oh, 5%. Okay, now let's just save it. How about we ask it to run the test? I mean, it should be as simple as just running the functions, but I'm kind of on a new keyboard. That's why I mistype it all. So, okay, let's see what it does. Okay, so my test is available, but it's just not using it correctly. This is a problem with my computer, not the code. Okay, oh, I think it worked. Okay. Okay, so one of them passed, one of them didn't. So the decoding failed. Probably, that's just a warning. Oh, hey, this also means cover them. Our multiprocessor thing also worked. This one's still taking time, but it did work, right? I mean, it did return us a large file, or let's say all the chess moves. So that was it. Uh, that was a file creation. We had an autocomplete, and we used clouded projects as our main repo for different things. We could kind of go on and uh, ask it to continue generating, let's say, more, add more optimizations and stuff that it previously mentioned in here. There was a cool thing that we can do as well. Possible. So this artifact, we can add it to the project knowledge. I just have to check how it does it, but there's some way to do it. Yeah. So if you see an option here, okay, stop entity. Yeah, it has add to current project. Now that you have it in your project, you can go back to the project and it should have it here. Yep. So just encryption, potential improvements, and optimizations. Now, based on that file, you can have different sets of chats to work on each of those optimizations and not end up using your credits or limits pushing through one single chat. So you often hit limits, or it's the same for ChatGPT as well, I guess. ChatGPT free or anything. If you go on chatting into like through a single chat or like a single session, it quickly takes up the limit or some kind of a token limit, which is internally calculated. I mean, they won't tell us until it's over. So yeah, if whenever you have a different query not related to the previous one, just always use a new chat window or something, a different session. Since I've exported the complete improvements of optimizations, you can just go on to the next one and not sure how well this is going to work, but let's try. Yeah, data processing. So it just picked up the data from that document, which we previously exported from one chat and added it as a knowledge for the main one. All right. Does anyone have any questions, doubts, suggestions, anything to discuss? Anything?
Alphonse, just a quick question. So this file upload feature, does this work for free version as well, or is it paid only?
The whole project thing is kind of paid,
Okay.
but that shouldn't be like a blocker for anyone. I mean, if someone's already paying for ChatGPT, they can kind of try Cloudflare for a month, maybe switch back to ChatGPT if they still don't like it.
Okay.
I see a lot, yeah.
Okay. Let's run one experiment. I will reach out to you offline. Okay. I
Sure.
want to have an experiment. Let's try it offline.
Sure. So I'll just quickly show one last thing. So these are some of the other slightly larger projects. So one is a complete documentation for the an API that I was building. The documentations are kind of quite large. Okay. I think I removed some of them, but either way. Yep. So I created documentations in MK Docs in a so it has all the code in here as the knowledge base, and then I just asked it to generate complete documentation. I can just quickly show you the documentation. So nothing in the documentation is written by me. Oh, is it down? Oh, it's on a different service. Let me just pull it up quickly.
So, Alphonse, regarding this multiple chats we can have in a single project between
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah, with the same memory, it could have multiple chats.
Okay, suppose like if I want to have one chat, like generate the test files, like test cases files or a JavaScript.
You mean inside this one or inside?
Into the project, not here.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
good.
Cloudflare projects. Okay.
Yeah, you have uploaded files, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one chat would be just encryption. So one chat I will be asking to generate the test case files. Another one would be like documentation, and another one would be like optimizing the code.
Yep, you can have endless number of them. Yeah.
So these are a number of chats, right? There is no limit.
There's no
But the
limit.
context remains same.
Yep, the context remains same as this project knowledge. So if you were like, we just updated the encode file, but it's not updated here. Right. So you might have to remove the old encode file and upload the new optimized one.
Right.
It's a bit of extra work when you're working like strictly inside this window, or let's say inside projects. But that is something, I guess, when you're not creating a file every time, or let's say you're not changing the file so much that you have to always have the updated file. So sometimes you can still have the old file and have different chats based on it. As long as those your chats aren't dependent on the updated files from the previous chat, it will be fine that way.
Right. I think I have used ChatGPT, but I doubt this feature is available or not.
ChatGPT doesn't have this feature, but ChatGPT has something since
File upload.
not just file upload. It recently got something called as a memory or something.
Yeah, memory is
So-
there. What happened is I'm using free edition.
okay.
I'm like asking repeatedly questions, relevant questions on that.
Mhm.
After some time, like limit will be there, right? So I have to
Yes.
wait for 4 hours like that. Post that I can ask questions again. It can maintain memory.
Got it.
I cannot upload the files. I mean, delete the existing file, what you did now, encode file, and uploading the latest file.
Mhm.
That was not there, and multiple chats also not there. I doubt.
No, it doesn't have a multiple for single context like
Yeah,
this project.
right.
Yes.
Okay, then it's good to use Cloud.
Just I'll just show the top. I'm just going to stop this process. It's probably because it's quite a big GIF file,
Mm.
but you can see it kind of worked here for the test. So I'm not going to run the complete test or anything. So we started. My computer is kind of hanging a little bit because I allocated like 6 of the cores
Yeah,
from the available 8. So just give me a minute.
better to create.
Yeah, I guess I will get it.
Alphonse, we can also use the cloud version for the maintaining the without doing this all encoding in local. We can do it on cloud as well, right?
I didn't get you.
Like we are building any model or anything. So I forgot that name, but Google provides something to build use their servers to do any computation. If we don't have that much strong system.
Oh, you mean running this encode by a function? Oh, right. I mean, you can use like any server you want, but that isn't really a part of AI or anything, right? I guess.
Is this a cloud agent which is showing you the cost and this current chat and at the right side?
Oh, on the right side, it's a VS Code extension that uses the Cloudways API in the backend. And it's completely configurable. You can have OpenAI APIs or even locally hosted language model APIs or anything. I'll share all the documentation or links of tools that I've used today in the Drupal channel.
Yes. I use pieces for the same. Like it's also use of multiple models in our local, and it's use the pieces OS to run all of this.
I think I saw it. Someone you had shared it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I did go through it. Yeah. So my computer is kind of frozen. I can only talk with you guys. So if you guys have any doubts, feel free to ask, or we can kind of stop the call.
One second. Like we are sharing the files with AI, right?
Mhm.
So what about the security of the code? I mean, the files we are sharing with it.
So when you're using an API, the agreement with, let's say, Cloud or OpenAI, but they do have an agreement in place that if you're using the APIs or let's say some kind of a paid thing, they won't look at that data at all, or at least according to them, that's what they say, that they won't look at that data. But if you are really concerned, I mean, if you still don't believe them, you'll have to remove any kind of super important information from the code before pushing it anywhere.
Right. Why I'm asking is like we'll be having these tracking tools, right? If AI got misused anywhere, so they will be having these files information, right? That's why I'm asking. Like if AI gets compromised like that.
So AI getting misused, most of the AI applications or let's say APIs and stuff, they do have a moderation API, which is not a moderation API, more like a layer of moderation. So if you ask something illegal or let's say some kind of a something that isn't allowed through the API, it's again just another API checking through the output to checking it against a set of guidelines or rules to label or flag it as to flag the content if it's not supposed to be generating or something. So OpenAI or the people there aren't really retaining everything. It just happens in kind of real time.
Okay.
Yes, Nityanand.
Suppose I'm working on any automation case script to read the captcha on the site, okay, for login purpose or human verification. In that case, Cloudy can help me to bypass the captcha or help us to read that in possibility.
So an image capture, you mean?
Yes, image captures, or we will get some text while login or for human verification. So in that case, Cloudy can help us to bypass that coding part or give us the solution.
Coding part? Oh, I thought you wanted to bypass the verification.
Yes.
So I think so what Nityanand is trying to do, Nityan, you can correct me. Basically, you're trying to write a test case script, basically automated test case to test some feature on the site,
Yes.
which is behind a login screen, but the login screen is protected via captcha feature.
Yes.
And that's where test case is not able to proceed further, right?
Right.
And you are asking like if Cloudy can help you with some code to basically bypass that captcha feature, correct?
Yes, or read it like that.
It
Yes.
can, it can, but it's not really efficient. So parsing images is slightly costlier than parsing text. So
And
if you
on top of that, I would say on top of that, which tool you are using, it has to be Google reCAPTCHA or something, right?
Yes, but Selenium does not support that.
No one
captcha.
will support that. So aim of CAPTCHA is to basically
avoid, yeah.
prevent bots from basically accessing the forms or submitting the forms. And by bots, what it really means is like doing automation code to basically submit the forms. So even Cloudy won't be able to help you figure that out or solve that, especially with the Google reCAPTCHA.
Okay, then in that case, we only allow discuss with the developer to temporarily bypass the captcha verification and continue with the automation tests, right?
Yes, that would be the only way possible for you.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Vakan.
So I think we can wrap up the call. We are big
Yeah.
over time as well.
Yep.
So
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
please feel free to reach out to Alphonse for any doubts, questions, and any suggestions as well. So I think thank you, Alphonse.